So, with respect to today's agenda, I'm going to touch on the product definition and the catalog definition. Okay, like how to create a product family model, product family line and model we are going to look at, and also how to use the file manager we are going to look at, and the data table. So, provided if the time permits, we will also look at the items. I don't think the time will permit because we have so much to discuss with respect to this. So I'll go slowly in the start, okay, to make you understand. So I'm going to configure, create a model for a business entity laptop. Okay, for that I'm going to create a product.
I have
Yeah,
one question. Okay, one question
yeah,
before we get started. So, what
yeah.
would really help, or my experience, right? You can
Mm,
cover everything, and then you can just give us some sort of like pointers to really understand. For example, right, I have a big confusion around what is the
mhm,
hierarchy. Is it product family, product line, product model, or what is that, right? So if you can give some of those inputs before the wrap up, like a 5 minute where we can take a notes, and then we can go back and work on the instance, because I want to make use of this instance so that tomorrow when I come back, I can throw all the questions asking, I tried this is where I got struck. So I want this to be more interactive, so that every day, whatever you are teaching, right, we should be able to
mhm.
observe. And if there is anything that is missing, we can always come back and pitch in. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll be sharing with you the basic configuration, like I mean the technical and the functional cookbooks with you, so
Okay.
that you can get a fair idea of what these, what the abbreviations and the technical jargons I'm using with respect to the CPQ. That will be more like you will be get acquainted with the instance and also with the course. Okay, I'll be
Got
sharing with you. Yes, as you said, I would be before I wrap up today. I'll just take a quick recap of what we see. Apart from the example that we covered, we will take another example, the basic example, and we shall try to correlate with that.
All
Yeah,
right. Got it. Thank you.
yeah. So today I'm going to create a model. Before a model, the product here in case of CPQ, I'm just going here in the catalog definition. Okay. Here you can see all product families. Here the navigations has got a menu where it stands the product families. Then if we land into the product family section, you would see the product lines, and inside the product line you have model. So this is the hierarchy, family line model. So basically why we need this, I'll just give you an example of an electronics I've just seen here. So somebody has created the Bajaj Electronics as a product family. So Bajaj Electronics is a popular distributor in India where multiple electronic appliances are sold. So this somebody took as an example of product family inside which the product lines are industrial appliances and home appliances. Inside home appliances, we have multiple multiple categories. Here they have used just a refrigerator. Okay, so anything you take family line model. The reason why we took up this is, suppose certain options are common for all the models. Then instead of duplicating that option at each model level, we can group it. We can use one option at the product line level. If for particular line, if you have certain rules or the options common for certain, like for all the lines, instead of creating it at the line level, we are creating at the model level. So this hierarchy of family line model helps us to have a better understanding of the rules, the rule engine that we are creating, the matrix based on which we are going to design the catalog of the products that will help us uh, within this hierarchy. Okay, family first, line fall next, and the model is the last thing. Here, let's create one product family first, and then I will explain you the hierarchy of the attributes. Like there is a technical jargon called attribute. So what it means we shall see. I'm just navigating you to the admin platform. Here from the admin platform, under the products, you have a product definition. If you go here, this is where we create our product family. Only this much we will do here in the product family under the product definition. You are just going here. I'm just going to create. Let's not. This is a laptop, right? So I'm just giving a business electronics. I'm just going to create a family called business electronics. Click on add. Here, the moment you add, you are going to see two things. One is a label name, one is a variable name. Variable name, to explain in very simple, this is a name that is certified. Like suppose you have taken an admission in a college. Okay. At the end of your curriculum, I mean, end of your journey with the college will certify you, and on the certificate, they will give you your name. So that cannot be changed. But friends may call you with some name, teachers or professors may call you with some name. That is called a label name. Label name can be changed. This variable name cannot be changed throughout the entire life cycle of the product family or line or model or attribute. Anything, it cannot be changed, because this is going to be a unique identifier for the system to proceed with the rules that we have designed. Okay, so we call it as a variable name. This is a label name. Just coming here. Now the first here you have like you have learned a variable name as a technical jargon. Now what we are going to do, we are going to deploy. So that is another technical jargon, which means you are going to push the changes into the cloud from the UI. So I have pushed the product family from this base, this front end UI to the cloud. Now that is deployed. So I have created a product family called business electronics. So with this, my job is done in this product definition model.
Can a product
Now,
family have an attribute?
yes, we can create an attributes. I will show here.
Okay.
Now coming to the catalog definition, this is a module where you are going to see your product family. If you click on add, you will see there are two product families which are not yet listed on this catalog. So I'm picking up mine. Click on add. Now it has come. Here against this business electronics, if you see, it has got attributes. Attributes are nothing but the fields. Okay, attributes are nothing but the fields that you want. Okay, actions are nothing but the buttons. Here the recommendations, constraint, hiding attributes, prices, bill of materials, recommended items, all these are related to rules. Okay, we call these rules, based on which we will be able to show some options, hide entire field which is showing at option. We can do multiple things which we shall slowly learn, some part in this session and some part in the upcoming sessions. So the business electronics line product family I have created. Now I'm going here and I'm going to create product line as laptop. Now I have created the product line. Even at the product line also, you have certain things: attributes, actions, recommendations, constraints, and all. Basically, as I said, if you have multiple models, multiple lines, multiple families, instead of having like same attribute, same action, same rule at each level, you can group how many models are applicable, how many lines are applicable, and create at the respective hierarchy uh, hierarchy level. So I'm going to create a model. So the document that I have sent you, I have just created. So a business 13 is my model name. I'm just going to create a business 13 model.
So if I have a product without any configuration, for example, I'm selling a business laptop model which cannot be configured, even then I have to create a model, or I can just create it as a simple product.
You need not create any model, but if you want to display, see here the question is, if do you want to display that model on the like punch, I mean on the home page, or you just for an information purpose you want to create.
My question is, I have a laptop that I can configure where I say I have a business
Hmm.
laptop and it comes with multiple configurations. For example, a developer needs an high-end RAM and a high-end CPU, whereas the finance department just needs the basic one. So in that
Yeah.
case, I will create a business laptop with multiple options, whereas
Hmm.
I have yes, laptops that I am planning to sell it for a college or
Hmm.
institution. So there, I'm going to
Hmm.
just create a fixed one saying that Dell laptop 3.2 gig and 10 MB RAM or 64 MB RAM. So that is my static configuration. Even in that case, do I need to create a model?
Okay, if that is the case, what to answer it simply,
Mm.
here you have items where you can create a
Okay,
part in the sense you said, right, that is a simple one like one and like enterprise laptop, student
correct.
laptop,
Mhm.
institute lap, I mean what you said, finance laptop, then you will
Correct.
just create a part. You don't need to configure anything. They'll
Okay.
just We can add the part directly to the code.
Okay. And in this case, I still have to create a product family and
No, no, no,
I
not at all required. Not at all required. It is just you are selling the available item directly instead of
oh,
configuring.
okay, okay, got it, got it. So you just create an item, and if I want to create a business catalog versus institutional catalog, even then I
Hmm.
don't need the catalog information, just the item number is good enough.
If it is a single entity, then why to time spend some time in creating this configuration and all? If you are if see the customer has come
Mhm,
and told that I am in a business, and
mhm,
another customer has come and told that I am an education institution, your sales user knows what
mhm.
to sell. So then he will send them the catalog of products which are available, just maybe a brochure kind of thing where it has got images and with the features, right? So then the company A, which is an enterprise, said, I need this particular third number laptop, and the company B, I mean the education institution, said that I'm okay with that first. So sales
Okay,
user will come here
got
and create two codes.
okay, okay. Got it, got it, got it. We can pick this conversation later, but yeah, I got your point.
Yeah. Just going to create a business 13 model. Okay, business 13 I'm just creating here. Okay, just clicking on add. Here also you can see attributes, actions, recommendations, constraints, hiding attributes. So these are also same as product line and family. I'll just click on add actions, attributes. Here you can see all product families whatever are there are accessible here. Okay, it is like a waterfall that you can access from all product family line to the model, but you cannot access something which you have designed at the model level inside the family level. I'll just show what I mean. Here I'm just going with the attribute processor. First of all, when the user wants any laptop, they first thing they choose is the processor, right? I'm going to create an attribute. We call this particular thing option as an attribute. If you click on add, So here it will show up name, variable name. We always go with the configurable attribute. I'm not going to explain now the signed function attribute, that is not required at this point of time. So you have these data types: text, float, integer, HTML, date, currency, and boolean. Here, if you pick up text, you have this text field, single select menu, multi select menu, single select pick list. If you go with the float, that it will show up. If you go with the integer, it is showing up whatever are eligible. If you go with HTML, single select menu, multi select menu, single select pick list are disabled. If you go with date, only text field. So these are the data types which are allowed to show up on the model configuration page. Okay, if you go with the boolean, it is like always true or false, nothing will be available. I'm just going with this uh, thing where processor, I'm going to create a menu. So it can always be a single selection. See, when as a developer from the business, we get a requirement asking for asking with the details. Like this is a sample TST document I have created, but when the business gives, they will give on their own uh, like on their own company based documentation where they will mention the revision. Okay, if it is a new model, that will be always revision one, where they will mention that processor should be available as a drop down, or can be okay for multiple selection, or is it a single selection, or is it a boolean, or is it an integer? If it is an integer, is there any range? If it is a float, is it going to have any uh, like any validation? So all such things we usually get from the document. We will go through the document and accordingly we will define the rules. That is how a business, no, since you all are from like IT background, you know how Jira is made and what are the requirements that an user communicate to us. Similar thing happens in CPQ environment also. Okay, I'm going to create processor. Here in the processor, suppose if I just add processor, mm, I'm using special characters, suppose. Okay, let me see tell you that these special characters will never be entertained in the variable name. It is always only thing that is allowed here is the underscore. Okay, other than the underscore, nothing, no other special character is allowed in variable name. This is a convention that CPQ follows. I'm going to create a processor. Here, since this is a single select menu, I picked up single select menu. Let me add 1 to 2 options for now. Just adding one more as a thing, and you can set this as a default. So I clicked on add, then attribute has been created, and on the right side you can see there are certain properties which I will be explaining when we come to the rules part. Okay, if you I'll just go with the creation of the attributes, then we will place it on the layout. Here, since this is a menu, it is asking for this jet display type. So legacies means previously whatever the CPQ's initial thing, when it was called as CRM and all, I mean CBEL. So that time whatever the UI it has, we call it as a legacy, and now it is a jet. Okay. So I'm just making this select choice. I
I
click on
hear
update.
Siebel quite often. Is this something related to Siebel? Because Siebel is completely different from what we see here in big machines, right?
No, what I meant to say, when the Siebel was active, this legacy was the UI.
Oh, okay.
Later, CPQ was upgraded to Jet. where this UI got changed and there is like a lot of refresh, auto update features, everything pitched in.
Oh, so initially the Oracle had a Siebel one as a CPQ. Is that right? Dialog engine.
Not Siebel as a dialog engine. When Siebel was most popular, that time CPQ
Oh,
interface.
oh, okay, got it,
The
got it.
timeline.
Because
I'm just using the timeline when that
okay,
was most prominent.
okay, okay, got it, got it.
Okay. So click on update. Now click on add. You can make a particular attribute as active or show for only full access users, like for only internal users, or you can make it inactive if you don't want. Okay. This
What
part
do you
also
mean
we will,
internal? What do you mean by internal?
yeah, I will explain. Okay.
Okay,
I'll show one like
okay.
once we are done with this, no, we shall
Mm-hmm.
see in the next session how when we add some external user, the internal user, I'll show the difference.
All right, got it.
So now next, I'm just going with the adding of one or two. Okay, RAM. Hmm. Hmm. So here I'm skipping the storage for now because this is also a menu. Okay, I'm going with this display here. uh, you can see the value as SSPL. The SSPL stands for single select pick list. If we have multiple options, instead of doing it here, coming to the attribute and do it here, you can interface with some data table. I'm not going to explain how to create a data table and all. I'll just show how this SSPL can be linked. Okay, I'm just creating a data table now. I'll interface it and I'll show you. And then when we come across these data tables, I'll clearly explain. Display business laptop display. Okay, three options are enough. Display. So here, if I pick up single select pick list, it is going to show up me the data tables and array sets. That is a different thing where we call it as array sets. I'm not going to explain that also now. That will confuse. So let's add this display. Okay, let me refresh. Business laptop. Yeah. So here, what I'm going to do, variable display. If I just pick up distinct values, it will always show up the distinct values. Okay. If I click on add, it is now going to take the values from here. You can drive the values from here directly. I'm clicking on update and new. Battery also I'm not going to touch now. Security and do you need warranty? I will show up. I'm going to make it a multi-select menu. Anand, currently which domain are you in?
Salesforce.
Oh, okay. So Salesforce, you have been working. I mean, you are a project manager or an architect. What kind of role?
CPQ functional architect.
CPQ. Okay. Salesforce CPQ. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought Salesforce CRM. That's
Uh, Give me 1 second.
just making this. Yeah, I'm just making this as a boolean. Click on add. Now I'm going to select an integer warranty period. I'm making this as integer. Click on add. Here, the moment I make it an integer, you can see validation as none, positive number, range check. I'll show up one. I'll place all this on the layout, and then we shall try to run some rules. Okay.
Yeah.
I have created a boolean attribute, and now I have created a integer attribute.
Okay.
Processor, RAM, two single select menus, one single select pick list, one multi select menu, one boolean, one integer I have created. Now let's go back. Here, there is a quick link available from which you can directly navigate instead of coming here. Okay, since we did not deploy this, no, let's deploy first. Then you can everywhere, whatever the change that you are going to do, we all need a deployment.
Hi, Dogan. This is Jerry here. Unfortunately, I'm not really following, probably because I came late or something, bro.
Hi, Jerry. Yeah. Actually, I've just started. Yesterday was an introduction session. Today I have started on the configuration thing. So I'll just if you could explain me which domain are you from, or do you know what anything about CPQ? If you could explain, I'll just pause here.
Yeah, I know a little bit about CPQ, but I'm more from the Salesforce CRM side, but I'm just on a CPQ project, Oracle CPQ, so that's why I want to gain the knowledge.
Okay. Okay, so since you have got a basic idea of what CPQ is, right? So I'm going to explain. See, in CRM, you have created an account on which opportunity, and on the opportunity you will list down the products, right? The quotes, like one opportunity will be converted into a quote, right? With the products,
Yes,
if
but
I'm not mistaken.
the way that we use it is a bit different, right? We're using API only.
Okay, you have been using an API.
Oracle API only, so we don't have managed packaging in Salesforce CRM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not using the Oracle UI.
No, not about Oracle UI. If you just, since you are from Salesforce CRM, I'm trying to explain from that point of view. Even in Salesforce also, you have a feasibility to add the products, right? You can define the products in Salesforce CRM, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. But here, in case of Salesforce, you can use one opportunity for one. One opportunity once it is closed means all the products will be converted into a closed one, and
Yes.
then the sales happen. Here, in case of CPQ, it's little different. What we will do, we'll create a catalog of multiple products,
Mm-hmm.
and we will display it on the home page.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm showing here, there are multiple product families, lines and all. Here, product family line model is nothing but, suppose Apple is a company which is a product family for now. Inside Apple, you have MacBooks, you have you have tablets, you have mobiles, you have other accessories. Those are product lines. And coming to the model, you have got iPhone 16, iPhone 15, whatever the version. Like if you go to the mobiles, it is like multiple models. Same thing, in on that hierarchy, we create a product in CPQ. That is where I'm currently at. I have just taken one basic example of a laptop. I'm going to create a model out of the laptop using using my own product family thing. So that is where I have been creating the attributes. Suppose if we attributes, in the sense, if I click on this, I'll just show you can create. See, in case of Salesforce also, you have multiple like if you go to the like attribute, account or any object creation, if you are doing, how come you can see rich text, long text, that HTML, that integer, pick list. You have more number of fields, which you call it as field, if I'm not mistaken, in Salesforce terminology. So same thing, those fields here in case of CPQ, we call it as attributes.
Okay.
We'll create multiple attributes of different data types. Okay. For that, I have created a product family, product line, and product model. I'm just going to push the changes and punch the family that I have created here. Okay. To punch my family onto this, there is a prerequisite for that to do. I'll be showing that. So here in the product definition, I have created a product family called business electronics. Okay. Inside which I have, like in the catalog definition, I created laptop, and inside that laptop, product line, I have created a model called business 13, inside which I have created attributes. Now it's time for all of these attributes to be placed on the UI. So that UI creation, we call it as a product, configuration flows. Why we call this as a configuration flow? Basically, you can create multiple UIs using the same attributes. The reason is you are like, as if you listen to Anand's question, he was asking that if you are an enterprise, if you are a business enterprise, or if you're an education institution, or if you are a student, or if you are from a different entity, your source can be a company, or can be an individual, can be an educational. So whoever comes based on their account. Now, since you said that you are from Salesforce, I'll explain from that context. In Salesforce, you have an account which is linked with a contact, which is linked with an opportunity, right? So you are an account, you are holding account in NAM region, North America. Okay. And you have another account from Europe. We call it as EMEA, right? Europe, Middle East, Africa region, if I'm not mistaken. So you have two accounts. Based on the account, if you want to show up that particular configuration, suppose certain things, I'll just give you a basic example of the frequency that we use. In case of North America, we use the frequency as 60 Hz. Okay, for any electronic appliances, electrical appliances. In case of Europe and Asia, we use 50 Hz, right? It means if you are ordering the products for a region called Europe, you are not going to show up the products belonging to the North America at all, right? So same thing, like if you want to multiple UIs, you can create your own UIs here based on certain conditions. So I'll just first create a flow, place all the attributes, and then again we can discuss. Hope so far I have just the gist I have given you is little clear on what CPQ is.
Mm-hmm.
Are you having any question you can ask me?
Yeah, I think I will not be able to follow you when you're creating all these attributes, right? If we have like a coursework or like a user guide where you actually,
Yeah, I'll
put
be
the
sharing with
details.
you, Jerry. I'll be sharing with you the cookbooks, okay, for
Okay.
CPQ. Once this
Okay.
session is done, I will ask the coordinator to share with you this recording link also. I'll be sharing the cookbooks also. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
Durga, I'm back. Sorry, I had to jump on some call. So,
Yeah,
as Jerry was asking, right, is there some online documentation? Because I know there is one QuickBooks you're going to give me the high level what we have done. Is there something like an online documentation? If you look at it, right, Salesforce as a
yeah.
documentation, Siebel as a
We
documentation.
need not go anywhere for the documentation. In every profile you will see the help. Okay, if you click on help
Okay,
here. Here, this Oracle CPQ has given you a document which is having vast information,
okay.
which covers everything.
Okay, okay. And I'm hoping that there is a, if I want to create a, say our today's example, right? We were talking about business
Yeah,
laptop.
yeah,
So if I have to take that, it should be having where I start and what is the first step, second step, third step, everything will be there, right?
yeah. See,
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's what product
okay.
configuration, create and deploy a product family, activate a product family, home page.
Perfect,
Then
perfect,
you can come here.
perfect.
What like it has got vast information. If someone is interested to read all this, then they can. This is the ultimate thing. Even
Okay,
if you
got it.
search on Google or something, you will not get the entire gist of what CPQs.
Got
Okay.
it, got it. Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you for that.
Business laptop.
Are we going to get an environment to use as well?
Yeah, I'll be creating an user for you here to after like
Okay.
towards the end of the session, Jerry. Okay,
Okay.
you will get access to this. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello,
So
Jerry. This
so
is Anand. You're new, but where are you from, Jerry?
Pardon?
Where are you from?
I'm from UK at the moment. I'm in the UK.
Oh, oh, okay.
Mm.
All right, all right. Hey, welcome, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
yeah. So we are going to create a configuration. See, since Anand, you are away for a little while. I'm just explaining to place the attributes that we have created so far. We need in UI, right? So that
Correct.
UI we are going to create here from the configuration flows. If you click on this, you will navigate here. You have multiple config. You can create multiple configuration flows. The reason is for any user based on the user or based on the region or based on certain conditions, you can show up that one UI to a particular group of people. That is one thing. And you can create an UI, three flow rules, three UIs. First will be a start node where you will enter the basic information. Once you enter the basic information, then you will go into another page. It is just navigation from one page to another page. You can also create such kind of UI, one page, then intermediate page, and the last page. Such kind of UI also you can create if the configuration is more. The business scenario is quite complex. You can create multiple configuration flows and sync one with each other, or you can create a single flow where the start and end will happen in the same page. Okay, here the moment you land here, you can click on add.
This is new for me also because this is not in
Yeah,
Salesforce or in Siebel.
this
It
will
is
not be
completely
available.
new in the.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
will not be available.
correct.
Configuration flow rule for business laptop. But today I'm just continuing with this primary, like only one node. I'll
Okay,
explain you with another example of how we can use start, end, and intermediate nodes. Okay.
Right.
Wizard node type I have picked up as primary start and end node. Click on add and back. Here, now click on layout. If you click on layout, you can see the attributes that you have created. Here, not only the attributes that you have created, there are another attributes which are created by system, regular attributes for models, regular attributes for product lines. These are nothing but the system generated attributes. So you can ask me how we can identify if it's a system generated or not. If any attribute is prefixed with the underscore, it means it is generated by the system. Okay, this is the thumb rule to identify a system generated attribute. Okay, here configurable attribute, since we have created only at the model level, it is showing up at the model level. I'm just going to drag and drop. Yeah, so I'll just add one here. The UI that you are showing, if we can add multiple tabs to it, multiple rows to it. Okay, and you can handle each attribute options here directly, the behavior properties, the alignment and all. You can play around. Here I'm just going to add one spacer, because what I observed is in the demo instance, if we don't add enough space, it is just like it is just hiding the attributes. So I'm just adding 100. You can add another tab. You can give it your own label name, and you can give it your own CSS class. You can give your own image. You can style it to the requirement. Okay, you can add a grid. So this is nothing but the grid, number of columns and number of rows. Like you can split into a table kind of structure if the UI has to look like that. You can do all this. I'm just clicking on save. Now I'll come back. I'll deploy this.
I know why Big Machines is really better on UI and all.
Now with the recent thing of Redwood, no, it has become like more friendly. And what I understood is, like, from the recent notes and all, this is going to be this model generation, whatever is the drag and drop features are going to be handled by one agent, also one GenAI agent, which would work on top
Okay.
of
Nice.
this,
Nice.
because everything is advancing towards AI, you know.
I have a lot of reservations on that. It cannot replace the CPQ that easy.
It cannot replace because CPQ is a business oriented thing, no.
Correct.
It is not like it is not a standard process that every business would be no. It's like we have a phrase that no size fits all, right? No one size fits all. Similar thing for the business.
Yeah.
So
It can probably train the capabilities of Oracle CPQ to make it simpler in terms of administration.
Yeah.
This looks like a nightmare to me, because I can't even remember the things that you've clicked on the compared to the Salesforce CPQ Revenue Cloud. This is not very good.
Oh, Jerry, you are in Salesforce?
Yes.
Yeah, but the capabilities what Revenue Cloud provides is very limited. If you want to really do this sort of layout structuring and all, you have very limited scope in RCA or in SteelBrick.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, but this big machines, right? The way I'm looking at it, because I worked on many other CPQs also, like iLog and Concentrica, all those. This is going to be one of the beautiful thing, particularly if you want to expose it to the web pages and all, you know. So I think it is a good to learn. That's why I was so interested to learn this one.
Okay. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's try to see here. We couldn't see, though we deployed it, we couldn't see here on the catalog homepage. Now what we are supposed to do is we are going to do the punch in. That is where this home page we have under the style and templates. For your home page is there. If you come here, you have this business electronics laptop, and if you go to the model punch in, you can see business 13. Here you are going to link it to the model directly. That's it. Click on. And Anand, one more thing, if you want, you are asking the question in the start, right? That if you don't want users to enter the options, I just want that to be shown as a UI in standard set of products. What we can do, we can pass in the parameters, whatever the values that we are sending. No, like here, I'll show that as an example. We can send processor, okay, Intel i5, i7. So we can directly send this. So the moment you land onto the page, everywhere it will just show up.
Got it. Got it.
Options also. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that is one. And the second one, which I was really talking about that time is, I have a business laptops, I have a institutional laptops, I have a consumer laptops. Consumer is
Yes.
exposed to the website. Business is exposed to the account manager. So in that case, we can always create a catalog where we can group the part numbers that are institutional under the institutional catalog, business under business catalog, whereas the regular
Yeah.
catalog
We, we
customer
shall
will.
we shall discuss. We shall discuss.
Yeah.
Let's do this punch in, and you can
Okay.
send me that in that you can document and send me. We can. I will try to include it in the next session.
Got
So
it.
I'm just
Got it.
going
Thank
to
you.
this deployment center, and I'll just deploy. Everywhere you are supposed to deploy. Okay.
Okay. Even the punch-in has to be deployed. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Any change
Okay.
that you are going to do, you should be
Okay.
deploying.
Okay.
Else
Okay.
the cloud will not take the information. No?
Got it.
See,
Got it.
now if I refresh on the home page, you can see the business electronics. If I click on business 13, because that is the name I have given there, you can see my details. Since I said this is a demo instance, so I'll just make some modification to the layout directly. Here now I'm not going to use this standard way. I'll just use this quick links. Yeah. Here is my, sorry, processor, RAM, display, security. I'm just going to save. Let's deploy again.
So this one is
Here,
deploying within the development environment. We are not talking about deploying across environments, right? That we'll talk later.
yeah, across environments. That is through the migration center, not
Okay.
here.
Okay. Got it.
Since there is a change made and this is not deployed, this is showing up on the red color.
Okay.
Yeah, and here you can see above business electronics is the product family, laptop is the product line, business 13 is the model. Okay, So I was telling you, right, the variable names are quite important because these variable names are going to be like an unique identifier for the system. Even if you want to make any API calls and all, you are going to use this particular variable names, and accordingly you will make an API call. I will show that also. Okay. Now let's see. Here in the processor, we put two options. Those are coming. In the RAM, we have seen these are two are coming. The display 13-inch FHD touch, and QHD. Now what I'm going to do, I'll just make some change here in the data table. Since I said that is being driven from data table, right? So let me add
multiple bits.
this. See, privacy screen that I have added, no? It has come here. Security, I can select, since this is a multi-select menu, I can select processor, I can select RAM, I can select. Here I'm selecting. Do you need warranty? Warranty period. Okay. So we
So I
have
have one
created an
question.
attribute.
So
Yeah.
we use the display, right, as a dynamic value. So you just update the table and refresh, you are getting it here.
Yeah.
So does it allow to write the rules on those values?
Yeah. So we need not write rules. That is another feature. If you are using SSPL, you can set certain options as read only in another attributes that I will explain. Okay.
Okay,
We
but you
can
can't write a rule.
use, yeah, we can use a rule here, and
Okay.
also we can drive the attributes irrespective of the rules. I will
Oh,
show
okay.
that.
No, I agree with that one, but because we have a similar feature in Salesforce also called dynamic class, so it can pull up the dynamic candidates, but there is a limitation on how you can write a rule on that one. So that's why I was asking, is there a limitation on writing the rule? Can I
No,
directly
no, no.
refer that specific value? No. Okay.
We don't have a limitation. I'll show that.
Okay.
And one more thing, Durga, like based on the selection, can we change the values of other thing? Like if we select i5 processor, the base RAM would be 8 GB. If we select i7 processor, the 8 GB would
Hmm.
not be available, and 16 GB
Yeah.
RAM.
We can do it with the rules. So this is the
Okay.
basic thing that we have learned today is how to create an attribute and how to place it on the layout. So the next
Okay.
thing that we are going to look at is, suppose if I select Intel i7, then the RAM, okay, preferable RAM is 32 GB.
Yeah.
Okay, and then display is always going to be 13 inches FHD touch. I can make certain things read only, and in case you need warranty, if you select this, then only this integer thing will show
Okay.
up, else it will be
Okay.
hidden. So all those things we will see slowly in the next class. So because today we are
Okay.
at time, so I'll just summarize what we have what we have learned so far in this classes. We have created a product family model, product family line model, that hierarchy we created, and in the catalog definition we have seen how to create an attribute, and what are the different type of attributes we saw.
Attributes.
Yeah, we have seen
One.
attributes, and I've just shown you how, like, from the data table I was driving, and I have created a configuration flow rule with a primary start and end node, and I placed all the attributes on the layout. So far we covered only this in this class. Next class we are going to look at the rules with the basics. I will be using the same document, and I'll modify. I'll explain the prices rule, the recommendation rule, hiding rule, constraint rule, recommended items rule, and then once we are clear with respect to the rules, then we will jump into another attribute, which is a array set. If you want to show up a data in a form of table, okay, that I will show once the rules are done. Again, we will see which rules are eligible, which rules are not eligible on SSPL, on ArraySet, and also we will see how to use an HTML attributes. So slowly we will look at all those things in the upcoming classes. Clear?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be sharing the cookbooks today if possible, else by tomorrow by end of the day. I have somewhere in my drive. I'll have to look at. I'll share those also.